Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Broadway Limited is releasing a lot of items, including a lot of diesels recently, and today we're taking a look at an EMD GP30. As you can see, we have 4 different schemes to look at, including this United States Air Force version. Wonder why I would be interested in that. But overall, let's take a look and see what you get in the EMD GP30 from Broadway Limited. Paragon 4, by the way, starting right now. We're going to go ahead and choose the US Air Force one to unbox here. So we'll get the lid off. Inside, a Broadway Limited flyer going over the new ES44 releases for Conductors Club. If you don't know about Conductors Club, you pay a yearly fee. It's like not really expensive at all. And then you can get discount locomotives on the back. There's also GP35s coming. So they kind of change the flyers up depending on what's coming. You've got your operator's manual with 27 pages of information, including functions. There's also a little insert for functions. Talks about maintenance, configuration variables, etc. Locomotive itself, pop it out of the box here. It's surrounded by dense foam, plastic, which they call blister packaging. And if you pop the lid off, out comes the US Air Force scheme. And we'll get all of the handrail packings out of the way and let you see closer. I'm sure this was by design, but a really eye-catching fantasy scheme here. And if you turn to the side or the front, we can go over some of the features of this GP30. You've got the roof, which is slanted inwards on each side, tapered. You've got sunshades, LED headlights. There's number boards. There is nose classification lights. And, well, one of these is emergency lights. The other is the headlight in this case. Silver tipped accessory, hoses and MU hoses, brake line hose as well. And we're going to zoom in a little further here so you can really see this. As we look over to the side and start working our way to the side, there are some really nice details as well. Gonna go there, and you've got the silver lined cab windows, the trucks with all the details including speed recorders, compartment detail, that really metallic finish there on the side. You can see the compartments, the dynamic brake fan housing up top, the radiator fans on the rear along with the horn. Pretty straight handrails on this. There's also finely etched metal windshield wipers on the locomotive, including on the rear and front windows. There's the one on the rear window. Rear lights. As we work our way up to this side, more of the same, and we've done a full review before, so you can be sure to check that out. But overall, there's your front windshield wipers that are finely etched metal details as well. So really nice locomotive. Looking at the roof real quickly, you can see how they've got the rivet detail and latch detail molded in, but it's very, very fine. Got see-through fan detail, exhaust, there's your horn. So really, really nicely done there as well. All right, we have Burlington and writing lines up here just to give you a quick look at the road name specific detail. Windshield wiper bent out there a little bit, pushed it back in. But the Burlington lines here, as you can see, the horn placements in the back on this. And that is about the only spotting difference other than nose configuration lights and obviously the paint scheme. So if you look there, you can see that versus Reading. There's on the nose configuration, there are no lights. There's class lights, but no nose lights. And then the horns change configuration to this bi-directional horn with one facing, or one on this side facing forward, one facing forward, and one facing rear on the other side. And obviously the paint scheme, you've got your drop step here. I didn't mention that. That is fixed. I don't think that moves. And you've got a single Sinclair antenna, or just a single firecracker antenna, I should say, right there on the cab roof also. So we'll zoom in a little more so you can see that detail we just went over. And again, compartment detail on the Reading lines, just the cab number other than the number boards is on the under the radiator grills there on the rear. And again, really good with the handrails. They're pretty straight. Got a treaded walkway. So pretty nice detail. That color really allows you to see the compartment detail and the depth associated with that. Grabs on the nose as well. Okay, we're going to power on the scale. Just weigh one of these. So 0.86 of a pound, that's 13.7 ounces and 388 grams. So just shy of a pound there. Pretty good weight for these, being that short. We're going to jump straight to pull test here, and we're going to do just a forward movement, which will start the locomotive on Broadway Limited. You also have extended startups as options. So we're looking at about 30 to 35 cars on the pull test per locomotive. Slow speed control testing. This is 1 out of 128 speed steps on my NCE decoder, or controller I should say. .5 scale miles per hour. Broadway Limited's always been a little quick on the out-of-the-box speed control, but you can always change that with configuration variables. Alright, since these were reviewed before, we're just going to choose some sounds on this, and we're going to basically do the extended startup, which is F9. See, they had added more of an extended startup sound, so I wanted to cover that. You also have your headlights. So those are in the front here. A bell. Horn. F22 gives you the optional horn. We'll go back to normal here. Front class lights F4. Those are on. F5 number board lights on off. You can see those. Oh, that's Pro mode. I've got some stuff backwards here. Seems like I always do this. F5 increases prime mover and F6 decreases prime mover. F7 is the class lights. Looks like it's more like the emergency light on there. So a bunch of different sounds here. You've got different lumber mill and background sounds as well. Number boards are on F24 actually, so you can turn those on and off separately. So here they go. Try to make sure those are working. But anyway, you saw the forward movement during the speed test. Let's check reverse. Usually Broadway Limited's very smooth. It also has a faster speed step to it, so 2.5 scale miles an hour out of the box per speed step, out of 128 anyway. So there you have kind of forward and reverse operation and some sounds. You'll see on the rear there's also lit class lights and lit number boards on the rear as well, and directional lighting, so you'll have rear headlights under a different function. So overall, lots of lighting functions on this locomotive. So the power's off to the track right now, and as you can see, the locomotives lasted a few seconds. I've got them lined up here. We're going to do a power move on these. Overall, I think they're still the same quality of the last review. Good locomotives, smooth runners. Sounds are improved. They've got a startup sequence that's realistic from the conductor or engineer basically walking on the ballast to getting in the locomotive. You hear the doors and you hear the prime mover starting up. You can hear all of that, and it's pretty cool. And then you've got LED lighting, smooth operation, Paragon 4 with that added capacitance that I was just demonstrating there at the beginning of this little segment. So we'll leave you with a run by. These are still a solid buy in my opinion, but it's up to you. I just show you the features and you make your own decisions. We'll see you next time, right here on the channel. Take care.